Let's kick things off with a battle of the compact engines. The Subaru. A J18 was the backbone of early 90s reliability, using that signature flat 4 layout to keep the center of gravity low for better handling. It was never about massive output, just consistent, smooth power for the daily driver. Meanwhile, the Mitsubishi 4G92 brought a different philosophy to the table. As a compact inline 4-cylinder, it focused on lightweight efficiency and high revving character. It found a home in smaller, nimble platforms where weight savings were just as important as power delivery. While the Subaru prioritized balanced stability through its horizontal orientation, the Mitsubishi offered a compact, space-saving design that allowed for tight packaging in front-wheel drive chassis. Both engines defined the entry-level experience for their respective makers during a decade of immense growth. Moving up in displacement, we look at the Subaru EJ20E and the Mitsubishi 4G93. The Subaru remained committed to its horizontally opposed design, ensuring that even in a standard non-turbo trim, the vehicle felt planted and predictable. It was a staple for the mid-range lineup, prized for its longevity. On the other side, the Mitsubishi 4G93 represented a highly versatile inline engine. It was ubiquitous, powering everything from standard sedans to performance variants. While the Subaru unit relied on the mechanical inherent balance of the Boxer architecture to minimize vibration, the inline configuration of the Mitsubishi made it far easier to maintain and work on for the average home mechanic. These two represent a clear split in engineering mindset. One favors the exotic, low-slung feel of the flat engine, while the other leans into the simplicity of the inline block. This is where things get serious for performance fans. The Subaru EJ20G was a turning point, introducing the world to the potential of a turbocharged Boxer engine. It provided the grunt that made the early Legacy and Impreza models absolute weapons on rally stages. It was complex, fast, and demanded respect. Meanwhile, the Mitsubishi 4G63 is perhaps one of the most legendary inline 4-cylinder engines ever built. It was a massive powerhouse, capable of incredible tuning, headroom, and unmatched durability under extreme boost. While the Subaru unit offered a unique soundtrack and a low center of gravity that helped in corners, the Mitsubishi inline engine provided a brute force approach to power delivery. Both became the heartbeat of 90s automotive culture, setting a standard for forced induction that still influences modern performance vehicles across the globe. The evolution continued with the Subaru EJ20 and the Mitsubishi 4G63T. These engines pushed the boundaries of what consumers could buy off the showroom floor. The EJ20K refined the turbocharger response, making the Boxer engine feel more eager than its predecessor. It required precision engineering to manage heat in the engine bay, but the trade-off was a sharp, responsive driving experience. Conversely, the 4G63T took the legendary inline platform and added substantial boost, turning the Evolution models into all-wheel drive icons. The Mitsubishi engine is often cited for its iron block resilience, allowing tuners to push far past factory limits. While Subaru owners loved the distinctive thrum of the flat 4, Mitsubishi enthusiasts championed the relentless power of the inline 4. These were the golden years of Japanese performance innovation. Heading into the 2000s, we see the shift toward broader reliability with the Subaru EJ205 and the Mitsubishi 4G64. The EJ205 was designed to provide a more accessible turbocharged experience, focusing on torque delivery for daily driving rather than just peak rally performance. It smoothed out the power band, making the driving experience more composed. The Mitsubishi 4G64, meanwhile, offered a larger displacement inline option that prioritized sustained grunt. It was the workhorse of their lineup, providing a solid platform that was easy to package in a wide variety of chassis. While the Subaru Boxer remained inherently balanced and prone to its own unique maintenance requirements, the inline Mitsubishi was simple to service and offered a predictable power curve that made it a favorite for those who needed a daily driver that could still hold its own when pushed hard. The high-performance AJ207 from Subaru remains a legendary engine, known for its semi-closed deck design that allowed it to handle significantly higher stress levels than standard counterparts. It was built for enthusiasts who demanded track-ready durability from a Boxer engine. Across the fence, the Mitsubishi 4G69 served as a more modern, efficient inline replacement for their mid-range applications. It utilized MIVEC technology to optimize performance across the rev range, offering a smoother and more fuel-conscious delivery compared to the raw, untamed nature of older engines. The comparison here isn't just about output, it is about the transition from pure rally-derived engineering in the Subaru to the integration of variable valve timing and efficiency in the Mitsubishi inline design. These represent two distinct philosophies, one focusing on reinforcing an existing exotic architecture, the other on refining the classic inline four-cylinder. Stepping back, the Subaru AJ22 was a larger displacement boxer that offered a significant increase in mid-range torque, making it a favorite for the slightly heavier chassis of the era. It felt punchier and less stressed than the 2-liter versions. Meanwhile, the Mitsubishi 4B10 was a clean-sheet design that moved toward more modern manufacturing techniques. This inline engine embraced modularity meant for lighter, more efficient passenger cars. The differences are striking. The EJ22 was an evolution of a tried-and-true heavy-duty flat design, while the 4B10 was clearly developed with production cost, fuel economy, and emissions regulations as primary drivers. You can feel this in the way they drive. The Subaru has a characterful, low-centered, heavy torque delivery, while the Mitsubishi inline unit is snappy, linear, and remarkably refined for everyday errands. The Subaru EJ251 was a workhorse of the early 2000s, providing the necessary displacement for Subaru to compete in the expanding crossover and mid-sized sedan market. It carried the signature boxer layout to a larger capacity, ensuring that even family vehicles maintained that low center of gravity feel. On the other hand, the Mitsubishi 4B11 was a major leap for the inline camp. It featured an all-aluminum construction that drastically reduced weight over the front axle compared to older cast-iron blocks. This made a noticeable difference in turn-in response and overall handling dynamics. Comparing these two really highlights the trade-offs. The Subaru EJ251 was about using the existing boxer architecture to scale up, whereas the Mitsubishi 4B11 was about innovating the inline architecture to be lighter, more efficient, and more responsive than anything that came before it. Now we get to the heart of the performance street cars. The Subaru EJ255 was the go-to turbo engine for many of their sportier offerings, balancing usable power with the characteristic rumble that everyone recognizes. It wasn't the most high-strung unit, but it provided a broad torque curve that made daily driving fun. In the other corner, the Mitsubishi 4B11T is a powerhouse. It replaced the legendary 4G63 with a modern aluminum block that was lighter and more efficient. Yet, it still delivered the raw, aggressive kick that people expect from an Evolution. While the Subaru engine relied on its displacement and flat layout for a stable power delivery, the Mitsubishi was engineered for high-pressure turbo performance. These two engines represent the final era where the debate between boxer and inline was settled by which character you preferred, the smooth, low-slung rumble or the sharp, boosted scream. The Subaru EJ257 is arguably the most famous modern iteration of their turbocharged boxer lineage. It powered the flagship performance models for years, acting as a testament to the durability of the flat four layout when properly tuned. It has a cult following that values its specific thermal dynamics and sound. Conversely, the Mitsubishi 4B12 represents a different direction for the brand. It is a larger displacement inline engine that focused more on naturally aspirated refinement, emissions, and efficiency for global markets. It didn't chase the high horsepower figures of the 4B11T, but instead provided a quiet, reliable, and smooth motoring experience. Comparing these two really highlights how both manufacturers eventually split their paths. Subaru doubled down on their performance boxer roots, while Mitsubishi diversified their inline engine family to meet broader commercial demands across their entire global fleet. When Subaru introduced the FA20, they completely overhauled their boxer design to focus on fuel efficiency and direct injection, creating a much more modern and responsive engine. It felt significantly crisper than the older EJ series. Meanwhile, the Mitsubishi 6G72 is a classic V6 engine. Wait, let me clarify. Although it is a V6, it is a powerhouse that represents the era when Mitsubishi was building robust, large displacement engines that provided smooth, high torque output for their larger vehicles. Comparing a direct injected flat 4 to a traditional V6 shows just how different the two brands approached the issue of mid-range power. Subaru chose to advance their boxer tech through clever packaging and improved combustion, while Mitsubishi utilized the displacement advantage of their V configuration to move larger vehicles with ease. It is a study in compact efficiency versus displacement-driven luxury. The Subaru FARDIT brought forced induction back into the spotlight with a direct injection twist, proving that a boxer could be both powerful and surprisingly efficient under load. It features a twin-scroll turbocharger that flattens the torque curve, providing immediate power at low engine speeds. On the other side, the Mitsubishi 6 G74 is a bigger, punchier V6 that was designed for the rigors of SUVs and off-road platforms. It focuses on low-end grunt and reliability rather than the high-revving antics of the Subaru. The contrast here is between technology-driven performance in the boxer engine versus traditional displacement-heavy reliability in the V6 architecture. One is designed to make a sports sedan feel alive, while the other is meant to move heavy metal through challenging terrain with minimal drama or mechanical strain. Subaru's FB20 is a mass-market evolution, designed specifically to maximize fuel economy through reduced internal friction and a more compact design. It is the engine that powers the majority of their current crossover fleet, prioritizing daily reliability and low ownership costs. Mitsubishi, meanwhile, brings the 6G75 to the table. This is a large displacement V6, often found in flagship sedans and larger SUVs. It provides a level of power delivery and smoothness that smaller engines just cannot replicate. The FB20 is all about clever engineering to make a boxer efficient for the masses, whereas the 6G75 is about utilizing a mature V6 design to provide a sense of effortlessness to the driving experience. It really illustrates how Subaru focuses their R&D into making their unique layout work for everyone, while Mitsubishi keeps their large displacement engines as premium options. In a surprising turn, we look at the Subaru EZ30 and the Mitsubishi 4A91. The EZ30 was Subaru's answer to the need for a smooth, high-power 6-cylinder boxer engine, providing a unique alternative to traditional V6 layouts. It was incredibly compact for its displacement, allowing it to fit into chassis where a long inline engine would never work. On the flip side, the Mitsubishi 4A91 is an ultra-compact, high-tech inline engine designed for the smallest cars in their fleet. It focuses on every gram of weight reduction and every drop of fuel. Comparing these is like looking at the extremes of engine design. One is an exotic 6-cylinder boxer that provides high-end power in a small package, while the other is a state-of-the-art inline engine designed for urban efficiency. Both show off their brand's mastery of their chosen configuration. To conclude, the Subaru Z36 was the final evolution of their naturally aspirated 6-cylinder boxer, offering a refined, powerful, and incredibly smooth driving experience that moved heavy vehicles with ease. It is a masterclass in packaging a 6-cylinder engine into a narrow, low-slung space. Meanwhile, the Mitsubishi 4A92 is a modern, efficient inline engine designed for their compact crossover segment. It utilizes lightweight materials and advanced combustion to keep fuel economy high. These engines represent the end of the current cycle of innovation for these two manufacturers. One shows how a boxer engine can be scaled up to achieve luxury levels of smoothness, while the other demonstrates how an inline engine can be scaled down to achieve near-hybrid levels of efficiency. It has been a fascinating journey through these two distinct engineering philosophies.